I think people are feeling out of control.
School board member Colleen Leary is well aware of the tension in her community of Chesapeake, Virginia. She says while many more parents are attending board meetings, they're usually respectful yet very passionate.
I pray before the meetings, because the flesh part of me sometimes wants to go, but then I have to remember that these children are their most valuable possession. And they love their kids and they want what's best for their kids.
In the Virginia election, parents concerned about education demonstrated their political power, with 1/4 of the voters calling critical race theory their top issue. More than 2/3 of them voted for Glenn Youngkin.
Virginia public schools are out of control.
Political action committees like the American Principles Project helped feed that momentum, with more than 6 million watching their online ads. And it's not just Virginia. The 1776 PAC backed conservative school board candidates in 7 states and won 3/4 of its targeted races.
We started with just 2 chapters here in Florida.
The parents' rights organization Moms for Liberty started in January and already has 60,000 members and 152 chapters spread across 33 states. It all points to an emerging movement that radio host Eric Erickson describes as organic and bipartisan.
But if you look at the demographics and the polling on this, there are a lot of liberal parents as well who are deeply concerned about school closures, mask mandates for children.
Leary and fellow board member Harry Murphy see this growth of parental involvement as a positive step.
Quite honestly, I think it's great. They want to know what's happening. Whatever side they fall down on, they want to know what's going on in the schools.
But some meetings across the country are getting out of hand, leading the Attorney General to ask the FBI to get involved. Murphy sees it as inappropriate.
I think that was strictly a political move.
Pastor Sam Rodriguez, a former Trump faith advisor, believes it's dangerous political targeting.
I see the actions of General Merrick Garland, the Department of Justice, as an egregious act exhibiting totalitarian, authoritarian inclinations that more look like, smell like the vestiges of communist Russia, the Soviet Union, and what the Chinese Communist government implements today.
National security expert Dr. Paul Miller, who has worked for both the Bush and Obama administrations, says it's appropriate to investigate threats.
To be very clear, threatening violence is a threat of terrorism when you're threatening to attack people over a difference of public policy. And so, yes, law enforcement has a role to play here, whether it's state or federal. Depends upon which statute we're talking about.
Why are you doing this?
He and other national security experts are closely watching for domestic extremism.
There's just a lot of agitation and a lot of frustration out there, and people are feeling greater permission to act outside the bounds of what we used to consider normal political activity.
Polls like this from the American Enterprise Institute show that close to 3 in 10 Americans support political violence in certain circumstances.
I will not sit down. I won't comply.
Security experts express concern that extremists may try to recruit those with legitimate grievances, like parents. And they want to prevent the potential for more political violence, such as the 2017 congressional baseball shooting, pipe bombs mailed to members of Congress, and January 6th.
Could there be violence at state capitals? Could there be violence at polling booths at the next elections? Could there be violence at campaign events over the next year? I think those are all possibilities, and you can't protect them all. And so that makes me very worried that we may see some of this stuff.
For now, Erickson thinks the Biden administration might soften its stance on schools following Youngkin's win and the role of education in the race.
I very much think they're going to have to back this down. It's not a good look for the administration to say they're targeting parents.
Such a move could also help tamp down some of the more heated school board meetings and perhaps encourage the political empowerment many parents are beginning to pursue. For Leary and Murphy, the way forward includes getting students back to their normal routines, finding more ways to come together.
We're going to have to find some way where we just understand that there are things now beyond our control sometimes that we're just going to have to deal with. and they may not be fun. They may not be easy, but we're going to have to deal with them. And if we do deal with them in a united way, then it's only going to be better for our kids, our teachers, our school boards.
Heather Sells, CBN News.